Secret agent Tom Skerritt is sent to the Soviet Union to stop a world-shattering conspiracy. In Red King, White Knight, the HBO Original Movie, next on HBO. This month on the HBO Original Movie, bitter enemies are thrown together to stop the assassination of the Soviet premier.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna kill him.
Tom Skerritt, Max von Sydow, Helen Mirren, Red King, White Knight. The HBO Original Movie. First-rate, first-run feature films that you'll see only on HBO. Hollywood's brightest stars, best stories, and most beautiful locations. The HBO Original Movie. And now, Red King, White Knight.
By the way, Wilson, I dreamt about you again last night. You were totally naked, except for a long string of pearls gently swinging between your full breasts.
I don't have full breasts.
Well, it was a dream.
With just a bit of humor and dignity, two best buddies know that growing old doesn't mean giving up.
What would you say to a glass of whiskey?
Hello, whiskey.
Are you going to eat any of this?
Wilson, I can only handle one dish at a time.
Oh, my God, you had a fall.
Oh, I haven't.
What have you been doing?
What do you think I've been doing? I got bored, so I flung myself on the floor.
You're sex crazed. It's not natural in a man your age.
I'm dreaming, Mrs. Baker.
I don't even remember waking up this morning. Strange. I first visited Zombieland, and I don't even know if I enjoyed the trip.
I'm not letting go of you, Michael Ayloff. Look at me. Damn you, look at me.
Hume Cronin and Vincent Gardenia give stunning performances that'll warm your heart and make you laugh.
Concentrate on which way we turn when we get outside the gate.
Left. We turn left.
You sure of that?
Of course I'm sure. Just don't fall over, that's all.
If I fall, Ayloff, you fall with me.
The HBO Original Movie, Age-Old Friends. Tomorrow.
Shirley MacLaine's a nun on the run who gets into the habit of being rescued by cowboy Clint Eastwood in Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Next on HBO. Week 14 in the NFL saw the fired-up Giants take Denver at Mile High. Seattle beat the Bengals as Steve Largent set 2 records with 1 catch. The Raiders down Phoenix. And Cover Story profiles Cardinal owner Bill Bidwell, whose marriage to this Arizona community is on the rocks. Join Len Dawson and Nick Bonaconte for those stories and complete highlights of every game on HBO's Inside the NFL. Tonight on HBO.
It was a cold night in the new Mirage in Las Vegas, Nevada. Sugar Ray Leonard was dancing, jabbing, using every bit of his ring savvy. Roberto Duran, with those piercing black eyes, was hunting and stalking Leonard's every move. HBO Sports is proud to present the WBC Super Middleweight Championship of the World, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran. Tomorrow at 10 p.m., only on HBO.
The best movies are always on HBO, and in December, we're bringing back the best of '89 every Sunday night at 8. December 3rd, Eddie Murphy's Coming to America. Catch Bruce Willis on the 10th in Die Hard. The 17th has Paul Hogan in Crocodile Dundee 2. Make Christmas Eve a big celebration with Tom Hanks. And catch the holiday spirit with Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice on New Year's Eve.
I'm the ghost with the most, babe.
Look for the best of '89 every Sunday night in December, plus an encore of more best movies throughout the month on HBO.
From TriStar comes a stunning new film epic. The compelling true story of men from different worlds bonded by a war that threatened their nation. The story of the historic 54th Massachusetts Infantry and the man who led them to battle, Colonel Robert Gould Shaw. The story of the men who fought for freedom and found glory.
Is it true? There's to be a colored regiment?
So it seems.
Then I am your first volunteer.
They were inspired by Shaw to fight for one cause.
They have risked their lives to be here. They have given up their freedom.
They were torn apart by their different pasts.
I am a free man, as was my father before me.
Oh, you free me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, why don't you move your free black butt up?
Hold up there, Buck.
Ain't nobody said nothing to you, pap.
It's all right. I'll be fine over here.
Where about you from?
I'm from around Tennessee. Yeah, ran away when I was 12 years old. I ain't never looked back.
What you doing since then?
I run for president. I ain't win, though.
They were ordered to do the impossible.
A good man can fire 3 aimed shots in a minute. It is my job to get these men ready.
Marching is probably all they'll ever get to do.
And they gotta know that nobody's gonna let them fight.
They were forced to struggle for respect.
You men enlisted in this regiment on the understanding that you would be paid the regular Army wage of $13 a month. This morning I have been notified that since you are a colored regiment, you will be paid $10 a month.
Colored soldiers stop a bullet just as good as a white one. And for less money, too. Yeah, old Uncle Abe got himself a real bargain here.
If you men will take no pay, then none of us will.
And they became united as one in their fight for freedom. For director Ed Zwick, award-winning creator of 30-something, and the director of the motion picture About Last Night, Glory was a film he'd been waiting to make.
I've always been attracted to stories in which personal drama is played out against larger canvases.
The production of Glory intrigued and brought together some of Hollywood's most talented actors, including Matthew Broderick, the star of Biloxi Blues, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and War Games.
It's our heritage. It's an American story.
For Denzel Washington, fresh off his Academy Award nomination for Cry Freedom, this project was a revelation.
I have to admit that I was somewhat ignorant of the fact that a lot of blacks, hundreds of thousands of blacks fought in the Civil War.
After Morgan Freeman's celebrated work in Lean on Me and an Oscar nomination for Streetwise, he knew he wanted to make Glory.
Most of my professional life, I have wanted to do things that involved American history.
Actor Cary Elwes, whose work includes the comedy hit The Princess Bride, was excited by the possibilities the film presented.
It's dealing with an issue that hasn't really been explored on film. I think the statements it has to make will be important ones.
Producer Freddie Fields spent more than 4 years bringing this epic motion picture to the screen and always felt it had to be done.
It's important to young people of America to know what this is all about and still be entertained by it.
The first challenge in making this epic was 19th century authenticity. Civil War historian Ray Herbeck Jr. was one of those who helped recreate the monumental battle scenes.
I bring in thousands, sometimes, of reenactors who are members of living history groups, people that research and create their own impressions, as we call them, of 19th century people.
I want more disorganization. I want everybody kind of crouching.
Like any epic scale motion picture, the special effects and stunt work are both essential and not without risk. The filming schedule of Glory was further complicated by night shooting and the huge number of actors.
I have about a total of 32 stuntmen that's here tonight. That's a lot. All from Los Angeles, all Hollywood. Hollywood's finest.
Group 1, Group 2, Group 3.
I had a friend, a writer, who told me when I was going to start working on this, he said, you have to be careful with the Civil War because you're taking something down from the altar, and you have to treat it right.
And for Denzel Washington, the historical implications of this tale were never far from his thoughts.
Very few people know that it was a war that more Americans were killed than in the First and Second World War, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War put together.
The time's coming when we're going to have to ante up. Ante up and kick in like men. Like men!
Any picture about war, men coming together to form a unit, is a bonding theme.
You are hereby awarded the rank of Sergeant Major. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Hip, hip!
Congratulations.
I ain't sure I'm wanting this, Colonel.
I know exactly how you feel.
The theme has most to do with dignity, a dignity that transcends race, and it has to do with a number of stories of young boys becoming men.
After the bonds of brotherhood have pulled them together, the men of the 54th Massachusetts Infantry are ready to prove their valor.
That's right, Highness. Ain't no dream. We run away slaves, but we come back fighting men. There, brave.
Give me out, 54!
It's a very optimistic film because it shows how they, in spite of their differences, in spite of their hatreds, can come together and can stand as one.
Shirley MacLaine's a nun on the run who gets into the habit of being rescued by cowboy Clint Eastwood in Two Mules for Sister Sarah, next on HBO.
Something funny's going on at Castle Plunkett, a vacation spot that's dark and dank.
Ghosts need such things to exist.
Where it's supposed to be haunted.
Illusion.
Where the howling banshees fly, with a little help from their friends. And getting there is half the fun. Where Peter O'Toole is the innkeeper, who's out of luck.
I'm not going to help you.
And Steve Gutenberg and Beverly D'Angelo are a happily married couple of guests.
How many times do I have to tell you no?
But if it's all done with mirrors, how do you explain the hauntingly beautiful Daryl Hannah?
She's a woman. She's a ghost.
What is going on here?
So while the ghosts battle the guests, could this turn out to be a romantic vacation?
Look, you're a ghost. I'm an American. It would never work out.
For a good old time,
Maybe we should get some moisturizer.
visit the castle for High Spirit, premiering December 23rd on HBO.
The brightest stars, the biggest hits. HBO, the best movies.
They say accidents can happen. His marriage,
I don't know why it's no good for us anymore.
his family,
Who would have guessed it? That Macon Leary had a family.
his dog. But some accidents can be a pleasant surprise.
You need to have me around.
What?
You don't know what you want. One minute you like me and the next you don't.
William Hurt, Kathleen Turner, and Gina Davis in an Oscar-winning performance, The Accidental Tourist. Premieres Saturday, December 30th on HBO.
Why are you so stiff?
Would you believe excessive sexual activity?
No.
You going to eat any of this?
I can only handle one dish at a time.
There's not a lot wrong with your mind.
Well, there's not a lot wrong with your body.
Between the two of us, we make one pretty healthy person.
And together, they'll warm your heart. Hugh Cronin and Vincent Gardenia in the HBO Original Movie, Age-Old Friends. Tomorrow.
You simply